Here we got one from Scott Jennings that makes perfect sense on all the way around the account. Even if you don't know everything that's going on, people have to understand you can't just do this stuff because you're not law enforcement and you don't protest by doing it this way. But here's Scott Jennings telling it like it really is, and there's really no disputing what he's saying.
Well, I agree with you, Jonathan. I think there's some details we don't know yet, and we'll have to learn more about it. What strikes me is, first of all, it's extremely sad and unfortunate that someone died. I mean, the political fighting and disagreements aside, it's terrible. You don't want people to die in law enforcement situations or otherwise. But it strikes me that we are undergoing an epidemic of political vigilantism right now. Why are people showing up in vehicles, in convoys, not just in Minneapolis, but all over the country in an effort to obstruct lawful federal law enforcement activities?
It makes no sense. Why would you do something like that to just deliberately obstruct justice?
This is not an isolated incident. We have had hundreds of car rammings against ICE agents all over the country. According to DHS, this lady in this car today, along with other vehicles, had been tracking ICE agents around. Why are people believing that they can drive their car into a federal law enforcement situation and that is an appropriate thing to do? I understand they don't like the fact that these agents are enforcing existing immigration law, but that's not how we change laws in this country.
If you don't like it, that's not how you change it. You call your Congress.
Don't like a law, you talk to the politicians. You don't drive your car into the middle of a building or a law enforcement situation that's being occupied by the people who are simply there to enforce the law. If I don't like how much the IRS is charging me in taxes, I don't drive my car into the Treasury Department and try to run somebody over. I call my congressman. Political vigilantism is being encouraged by Democratic officials like the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, Peggy Flanagan, who earlier this year told people to, quote, put your bodies on the line, and Tim Walz calling these guys Gestapo all year. What do you think happens when you radicalize a base of people about this?
It does strike me, Scott.
When you radicalize these people, you get them killed. Just that simple. These politicians that tell these people to go out and do this shit, they're not going to do it. It's like these idiots on TikTok and whatever telling people, get your guns and go out and start shooting fucking ICE agents. Why ain't they doing it? Oh no, they'll sit back and they'll cheer you on. Go out and get yourself killed. Ain't gonna be me. These fucking people do this shit. And they egg it on. Egg it on and egg it on and egg it on. Just can't wait for somebody else to go do it. But by God, they won't do it themselves. But they'll for sure egg you on. Yeah, you go out there and put your body on the line. You go out there and do this. Okay, we'll back you up 100%. Buddy, you go to jail and they ain't putting a dollar on your books. They ain't gonna buy you so much as a fucking pack of top ramen. You believe that?